Welcome to Townsfolk Tussle, and we are back for an actual run this time. I decided, you know what, rather than continuing my tutorial run, I was like, oh, I sort of want to start fresh. I want to try out some characters that I actually haven't played with, and I haven't actually played Blopsy Twins or Granny. So I was like, you know what, let's do an actual run, and now I can actually just concentrate on playing the game, talk about my thought process and strategize and stuff like that. Now that everyone who watched my previous video knows the rules, and if this is a video coming across and you're not really sure how to play this game, well, hey, check out my last video. I'll teach you how to play the game. All right, so I've already got my character set up. We're going to go with Blopsy Twins, Quintus Binge, and Granny Melba. I'll always go with Quintus because he's my boy. And I think we're going to try to go for like a pretty high damage and bursty strategy, being able to potentially have 3 damage from Granny Melba if she's standing beside the Blopsy Twins, thanks to Boasting Bullhorn, which is pretty sweet. All right, so we are going to do that, and let's see what kinds of feats of metal we have. So we have Doctor, restore 2 or more HP to the other townsfolk over the course of a single fight. All right, end your turn in any corner of the landscape, pretty easy. Start your turn as the closest townsfolk, also pretty easy. For Quintus, we have Bard. Unfortunately, this could have been really good on Blopsy, an easy 3 coins there. Masochist, take damage from a terrain piece, not really one that you want. Peacekeeper, land the final blow on the ruffian, doable. And for Granny, we have Safety First, be the only townsfolk at max HP during a fight, also doable, being a ranged person. And a fight as a sole survivor, not really one that you want either, but can potentially happen. We can maybe set that up if one dies. Strategist, reduce the ruffian's movement. That's pretty difficult, I think, without specific items or getting a critical hit. All right, and so yeah, we already got our turn order set up, so we're going to go just left to right on the table. So Blopsy Twins, Quintus Binge, and then Granny Melba for turn order. Let us randomize the boss order as well. And let's see our town events. So Blopsy Twins for the first town phase is going to reveal their thing first. Shameless theft. You feel a bit unprepared for this whole situation. You begin to get worried. You've got an idea. You have to either steal 3 coins from another townsfolk or steal 1 piece of non-starting gear. Oof. Well, let us take 3 coins from Quintus, because Quintus at least has petty theft ability, so he'll get a free item more often than not. So he won't need the coins as much, and Granny needs them a little bit more. She does get a discount on things that cost 7 or more coins, but still, it's nice to give her more options. All right, well Blopsy Twins will start with an extra bump. All right, Quintus Binge will be up next. Exclusive gear. Wow, we're getting all the peddler-related stuff. You're certain the peddler's keeping her best gear hidden. After some consistent pestering, convince her to show you some items from her premier purchaser collection. During the town phase, you may reset the peddler shot 1 time for free, but it still must be done before any shopping is done, and I'm assuming that also includes Quintus's petty theft ability. All right, pretty good so far. Granny, are you going to get a shopping-related event? Aerial theft. Oh, this is really good for us. My friend actually got this one while he was playing Granny as well. My purse, yells a nearby woman pointing upwards. A tiny bird overhead is wearing a robber mask and clutching a handbag in its beak. Weapon with 4+ range, and luckily, Granny's the only one that starts with a weapon with 4 or more range. She got the Rudy Tudor. You shoot at the bird, shredding its tiny body and causing it to drop the bag. The woman graciously rewards you with 5 coins. There we go. Maybe I should have stole from Granny. And if we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to help the woman. Wow. All right, well, that's all good town events. That doesn't happen very often. It just does suck that Quintus had stuff stolen. Hopefully there isn't a really good item for him that's 7 or more or 8 or more coins. All right, well, that is going to do it for that first town event phase. Let's go to the gear phase. Ooh, chucking spear is really good. All right, so we can reset the shot 1 time for free. Now there isn't. Whoa, this instrument is 16, but because of Blopsy Twins' performer ability, we can purchase any item for 5 coins. 3 Moxie to deal 1 damage to an adjacent ruffian, or 3 Moxie to restore HP to an adjacent townsfolk. I've never seen this item actually, funny enough. Okay, I think we have to buy that. Oh, it is a 2-handed... Oh, I see. Okay, so it would replace these 2. Being able to just guarantee 1 damage every turn, not bad. But I think with the way we're trying to strategize, I think we're going to try to play around boasting Bullhorn. Although what's funny is I could buy it for 5 coins and sell it back for 8. Funny enough. Oh, never mind. Your instruments cannot be sold or okay. They thought about that. They thought about that. Never mind. Never mind. I'm pretty happy with stuff. Unfortunately, there isn't anything worth 5 or more, so Quintus actually wouldn't be able to get something for free. We have 15 coins with Granny Melba. We could actually give Granny... we can't give her the bow because she only has 2 Moxie. Or the Chuck... Man, giving her the bow or the Chuck and Spear... Oh, that would have been so good. All right. I'm going to make a cut here, and I'll actually strategize off camera because I might be thinking about this for a while, and we'll come back and I'll show you all what I've bought and purchased. Alrighty, we are back. The buying phase is done, and here's what we got. So Granny Melba actually, thanks to the 5 extra coins we got from that town event, we actually had quite a bit of money to spend. So we ended up purchasing the Rickety Bow, and because of the Lover's discount, it only costed us 8, which actually left us enough money to be able to buy the basic boots, which gives us our extra Moxie, so that we can actually use the Rickety Bow. Now, we do lose a range compared to the Rudy Tutor. However, we are, it sort of counters itself anyways, because Rickety Bow only has a 5 or higher accuracy, whereas Rudy Tutor is a 6 or higher accuracy. So even if we're at our max distance for our farsighted ability, which gives us extra accuracy the further we are away from someone, we'll still be hitting on a 3 or higher. So it all works out. Plus, the benefit of the Rickety Bow is we don't have to sort of reload it, because the Rudy Tutor only can shoot every other turn, whereas the Rickety Bow can shoot every single turn. And because Granny doesn't really have any abilities that cost 2 Moxie or anything like that, we can just fully utilize our Moxie to work with the Rickety Bow, because we are going to be trying to stay beside Blopsy twins to be able to do 3 damage every single turn, which is going to be insane. Quintus Bench, unfortunately, there wasn't any items that was 5 or less, so he wasn't able to really utilize his petty theft ability, and he's a pretty good at dual wielding. Let me get all my stuff in order. So being able to potentially use both of these weapons if we get another Moxie is good, but also I just wanted him to have a harder hitting weapon off the start. Wait, where did my... Oh, stolen candy. There it is. So yeah. That is the aim with that. It does mean that if we do roll a 1, we take 2 damage, but, you know, we're just gonna not roll 1s. That's how it's gonna go. And for the Blopsy twins, we did have a really nice item for the Blopsy twins, like pretty much the perfect item. Performer's Tie, chest piece, gives us 1 extra max HP and 2 extra movement, which is really nice. And we can only use it if we have an instrument equipped, but luckily we are equipped with 1 by default. So now we have 6 movement and 5 HP, so it's really good. So yeah, that is it. That's a really great buying phase. We were able to get some really effective items. Obviously, the Hive on the Sticks, not the most ideal, but combined with Boasting Bullhorn, we might be able to do some serious damage in a turn, assuming that we don't hit too many bad breaking point actions. All right, that is going to be that. Let us get everyone off here so we can get ready for the fighting phase, and let us make some more room at the top, make it all nice and clean, just so it's all about the gameplay. All right, so first up we are fighting. We are going to go against Pepin. I've actually only fought Pepin as the final fight, so it should be pretty straightforward. So let's set up Pepin. Oh, that is not... I don't know what's going on. I do not know why. It's just not working. Why aren't you working, Pepin? All right, well, I will do it all manually. I will be right back. Alrighty, so everything has been set up. I'm not really sure why the script broke, but I guess it gave me good practice on, you know, when I get my physical copy. I'm gonna have to set everything up manually anyways. So we've got everything all set up. I think what we're gonna try to do is we definitely want to try to keep everyone as close as possible to the Blopsy twins, especially Granny. So I think we're gonna put Granny. Granny also has the most health, so I think we'll put them closest. We'll put, yeah, Yeah, we'll put Blopsy Twins there, and then I think we're gonna put Granny right here to get ready to pew pew. And for Quintus, I think maybe we'll put Quintus just up top, and I think we're just gonna try and like go for the kill as quick as possible. We have a lot of strong damage, so I think we're just gonna try to tank everything as much as possible and trade blows. Assuming we're trading blows enough, Pepin also does have 14 health and 6 movement. I think we should be able to demolish him fairly quickly, assuming we get our hits in. So let's give the old deck a shuffle, and Pepin, of course, goes first. Milky Moat, all townsfolk within 2 squares of the Murky Moat. Oh god, that's Quintus and Granny. They take 1 damage from the moat's toxic fumes. Okay, we're not off to a very good start, are we? Keep this card in front of the townsfolk. The next time the action deck would be reshuffled, all townsfolk within 2 squares in the Murky Moat are instantly knocked out. And this card is reshuffled back into the action deck. All right, so we pretty much don't want to ever stay by the Murky Moat. It's going to be Granny's turn. Granny is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we can go 1, 2, 3. And that means we are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares away from Pepin, which is the max range of our bow. And thanks to Farsight, we get +4 accuracy because we are 4 squares away from the target, which means our -2 accuracy turns into a +2 accuracy. And that means we hit on a 3 or higher with our rickety bow. Come on, Granny, let's do it. That is a 3. Luckily, we had that accuracy boost because that could have been real bad. All right, so that means we actually do 2 damage, but because we are adjacent to the Blopsy Twins, their Boasting Bullhorn comes into play, so our first attack does +1 damage. So we do 3 damage right off the bat, which does end Granny's turn and triggers our first breaking point, so Pepin does get another turn. Farthest townsfolk, that is going to be Granny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's actually going to be Quintus. Yeah. Quintus is going to be the furthest. Place Pepin adjacent to target, then trigger the after effect. Pepin's leap flattens you like a pancake. You can take 1 damage or lower your movement by 2. Oof. I mean, I think we might even take the movement here. I don't know if I want to take a damage. It pretty much means I can never use my Hive on a stick. Otherwise, I'm going to kill myself if I get a 1. Oh yeah, did any of these? No. No. Alrighty. I think we're gonna take the damage. I might actually want to try to get to the Jalopy. So let us actually place Pepin here. I'll do 1 damage to Quintus. That'll be that. Alrighty, that was Granny's turn. Quintus's turn now. So Quintus, I don't want to risk him just getting knocked out right away, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to attack with just our Rubber Bat. Oh yeah, this should be good. So it only costs 1 Moxie to use our Rubber Bat, so we're going to attack with that. We have hitting on a 5 or higher. That is a 7, so that's going to be a hit. Awesome. And I'm going to use my Stolen Candy, which can teleport me anywhere on an open space. I'm going to put myself right beside the Jalopy, and I have 1 Moxie left, so I'm going to try to activate the old Jalopy. We're looking for a 6 or higher. Come on, Quintus. Big damage. There it is. 8, which we do start the Jalopy. Move the old Jalopy forward until it collides with a terrain piece or a board edge. All characters in its path take 3 damage and remove it from the board. Crash! And that does 3 damage to old Pepin. Now Pepin does get another breaking point action, so that ends Quintus's turn. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, none of that stuff happens. So Quintus gets to go again. Townsfolk with the lowest movement, so that is going to be Granny? Yeah, that is going to be Granny, because Granny has 4 movement. Move towards the target. If Pepin reaches the target, trigger the after effect. Unfortunately, Pepin does reach Granny. All targets take one... Oh, no, wrong card. Pepin grabs the target by the throat, forcing a bottle of milk down their gullet. They look like they're having a hard time keeping it down. Keep this card in front of the target and place 2 counters on it. At the start of your turn, remove a counter from this card. When the last counter is removed, you take 1 damage, and all characters within 5 squares take 2 damage. Then discard this card. Oof. Okay, so we got a little bit of a timer there for Granny. So at the start of... It's at the start of their turn. Okay, so we'll just have to make sure to not set Granny up beside the Blopsy twins there. Alright, so now it's Blopsy twins' turn. We are going to... Ooh, I wonder if that's worth using the crystal ball on, actually. They do get to play the next action card in the deck. Realistically, I actually should have gotten rid of this one. Whoops, that was a mistake. We'll hold off for now. Granny's only going to be taking 1 damage. We'll just have to make sure she's far away enough from everyone. So we're going to attack with the Blopsy twins. Our Traveler Shiv costs 2 Moxie. We're looking for a 6 or higher because Blopsy twins naturally have -1 accuracy. Oh, it was almost an 8. So that's going to be a miss, unfortunately. And I think we might try to get the Land Surveyor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6 movement. Yeah, let's do that. And then that way we can also make sure that Granny's far away. All right, it's going to be Pepin's turn. Closest townsfolk, that's Granny. Move towards him. If it reaches him, deal 1 damage. Uh-oh, Granny's getting pretty low here. Oh, the target skips their next turn. Dang, that's really, really bad. Now, does Forced Guzzle actually go off then? Because at the start of your turn, however, if we're skipping our turn, we don't actually get a turn. I would play it... I would assume the way it's worded at the start of your turn implies that your turn has to actually start, but if we skip our turn, we just don't get a start to it. So I would say that we actually get an extra turn without having to take off the counter there. That is really, really bad, though. Granny's getting really, really low. We have no way to heal. All right, well, that is Pepin's turn. So we got Granny Melba. Granny Melba's going to skip their turn, unfortunately, and Quintus is going to be up next. So I think what Quintus is going to do is... Oh, man, Quintus is at 2 health, too. We don't have enough coins to go to the Wishing Well and potentially heal. So I think we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I do think Granny's a little bit more valuable than Quintus, as bad as that sounds. So I think I'm going to spend my 2 Moxie and use Trickster, and to swap positions with Granny. Could be bad. Alright, so that's Quintus's turn. Blopsy twins is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to end their turn and get... Well, actually, no, we won't end our turn. I think what we're going to do is we're going to lower our movement by 1. And look at the next, we're going to look at the next action card, and we can put it on the top or the bottom. Okay, closest townsfolk, if it's within 4 range, they take 1 damage, then move towards the furthest. Oh, it's like the most basic of attacks. Okay, that's fine. And the furthest would be Blopsy. Okay, we're fine. Let's just keep that on top, because Quintus can just take the damage. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna end our turn. We're gonna get this. We're gonna cash it in for 3 coins. Or is the movement actually pretty good? Because the movement would allow us to manipulate the deck some more. Nah. We'll go for the money. We're doing pretty good on damage here. Alright, Pepin's turn. So we already know what it is. It's going to be Tongue Slaps. It's closest townsfolk, so it's going to do 1 damage to Quintus. And move towards the farthest townsfolk, which is going to be, I'm guessing, Blopsy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go there. All right, it is going to be Granny's turn. So start of the turn, Granny has to remove one of these counters, and next turn, Granny's milk is going to vomit all over everybody, so we got to be careful about that. We do have a range. We do have 4 movement, so we can move 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh shoot, we are 1 space away from attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we are 1 space away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here just to make sure we're out of range of the milk emote. Now, man, is it worth getting 2 damage in here? Because I could spend 2 Moxie to swap to my Rudy Tutor and take a shot with that. Because that has 5 range. I think that's actually worth it. Yeah, so we're just trying to kill him as fast as possible, I think. So yeah, let's swap. Spend 2 Moxie. We'll swap this out, and we will use our last Moxie to fire the Rudy Tutor. And we are looking at a 2 or higher, or 3 or higher. Sorry, because we have +5 accuracy because we are max distance away. Let me just 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're max distance away, so we have +5 accuracy, which brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 +3 accuracy, which means we need a 3 or higher on the dice. That is a natural 10. Way to go, Granny. All right, so let us roll another d10 and see what we get on the critical hit table. Hopefully something good. Ah, 2. Well, we do 2 damage, and we get to reveal the next ruffian action. At least it's not a 1. All right, so Tongue Fling. Closest townsfolk move towards the target. If Pepin reaches him, deal 1 damage. Grabs him and chucks him at another townsfolk. Place the target adjacent to the farthest townsfolk, and that townsfolk takes 1 damage. Oh boy. Okay, this could be a little risky. Because Granny and Quintus are really close to dying right now. So it would, if we don't, assuming we don't move, well, we're definitely going to be moving Blopsy Twins into attack, and same for Quintus. So it's going to be one of them. I definitely don't want Quintus to be hit. Alternatively, we could just hive on a stick and, you know, if he kills himself, he kills himself. But, because, I mean, we can do 2 damage. Because all we would need is we would need 1 hit with the hive stick, and oh shoot, we still need to get back our rickety bow as well. Because the issue is Forced Guzzle's going to pop. So Granny's for sure essentially going to be at 1 health here. So we got to make sure that... Oh man, there's no... So 1 character, either Granny or Quintus, is guaranteed to die here. And I think we're gonna have to kill off Quintus. Granny's too valuable. We need that bow to get at least 1 more shot in to have a chance. Okay, so that's gonna be the next card. So that actually wasn't bad. We got some important information. So Quintus essentially wants to be the furthest away then. But we don't want to be too far away. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Granny's 5 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go here. Yeah, I think we'll do this. And then it's going to be the Blopsy Twins' turn. I mean, I guess Blopsy Twins could use Mind Reader and get rid of this card. But then we'd be playing... Then we'd have a wild card next. Oh, wait. This is all characters. Oh, so it actually can damage Pepin too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Pepin is within 5. So we actually want to make sure Pepin stays there. So actually we do want to do this. So, yeah, so the Blopsy Twins want to go in 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we attack and trigger it, nothing really changes. Yeah, so we'll attack. If we hit, great. If not, it's not the huge deal. It'll be the last breaking point. And I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay, actually, we would have been tied for closest with Granny, unfortunately. So we need a 6 or higher. That is an 8. That's a damage. That ends Blopsy's turn. We know Tongue Fling is going to go off, and you are going to be flung over towards Quintus, unfortunately knocking out Quintus with 1 damage. And Blopsy also takes a damage as well. Okay, that's it. So then Pepin's real turn goes off. Farthest townsfolk, place Pepin adjacent to target regardless of distance. Deal 1 damage to all townsfolk within 3 range. Oh shoot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's a tie. We really... Oh shoot. This is bad. I want Pepin to be by Granny, so he gets hit by this, but that also would mean it instantly kills Granny once that goes off. All right, well, they have to roll off anyways. Lowest goes. All right, so it's going to be Granny probably, unless Granny can get a 10. Oh, it's a 6. It's going to be Granny. Shoot. So we'll place Pepin there. That does 1 damage to Granny. And unfortunately, it is Granny's turn now. The last counter goes off. Granny takes 1 damage, and everyone around Granny within 5 squares takes 2 damage. So that does involve Pepin, luckily, and Blopsy twins are far enough away. Oof, okay. Alright, well, it's all up to Blopsy twins. It's Blopsy twins' turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to attack with our Traveler Shiv. We need a 6 or higher. That is a 6. That's 1 damage. They got 1 health left. We did start our turn as the closest townsfolk as well, so we'll cash that in for 2 coins. The extra Moxie I don't think is going to really be needed here. And yeah, none of this stuff went off, unfortunately. All right, so that is going to be that. Pepin's turn. Random, well, it's only 1 target. Move towards target. If it reaches them, trigger the after effect. The target takes 2 damage. It's just a straight up 2 damage hit. Thank goodness Blopsy hasn't taken much damage here. Okay, it's Blopsy's turn. We need a 6 or higher. And we end the game. That is an 8 with the Traveler Shiv, and that is going to be the end of Pepin Milkfrog. Unfortunately, we lost 2 friends along the way. It's okay, they're just knocked out, they're not dead. But boy, that was a crazy, crazy game. We had a lot of damage back and forth. The bow is great, and getting the Jalopy off to do damage is sweet. We did get pretty unlucky with the damage and the cards that got on Granny. But, you know, in the end, it worked out. She was able to sacrifice herself with her milk vomit and deal 2 damage before she died. We would have had pretty much another turn, assuming we didn't get another really, really bad card. Because otherwise, it would have been really, really tough, I think, to fight. But, man, that was crazy. All right, well, everyone gets 6 coins, even those who got knocked out. So Blopsy has a lot of coins. And Blopsy as well gets the choice of one of these 3 unique pieces of gear, because they are the only ones that survived, and they also completed some feats. So they get the Milk-Soaked Limb. It's a 2-handed sword, unfortunately. It's worth a lot of money. It's worth 7. It's range 3, 2 Moxie to use 4+ accuracy, 2 damage. On a critical hit with this weapon, the ruffian loses 1 movement. Really good, really, really good weapon. It would be replacing both of these, and then it also would shut off our Performer's Tie. So I think we're probably going to end up selling it for money. Unfortunately, it's a really, really good weapon. But of course, we cannot trade with anyone else, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that is the Pepin Milkfrog fight. Fun fight. I like Pepin's abilities. They're definitely not as annoying as like King and Queen. King and Queen is my least favorite fight. Have all your stuff unequipped throughout the fight is super annoying. But yeah, Unfortunately, no one else got any Feats of Metal cards. But yeah, we'll pick this up next video. Hopefully you enjoyed that gameplay. Hopefully you enjoyed that fight. Definitely was a little nerve-wracking near the end there, but we pulled it off. A lot of high damage plays. And that's going to do it for me. I am patiently waiting for my physical copy. It should be getting shipped out at the start of next week or near the start of next week, because I did get the shipping confirmation, the address confirmation from the, what is it? Packaging company. I think they're called Pick and Pack in Canada. And so I should be getting my copy. I don't know how long it's going to take to get here. I would assume within, a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most, because it's shipping within Canada. So fingers crossed it gets here as soon as possible. I will definitely be doing an unboxing for that. I actually have a mini tripod on the way for my phone, so I'm going to try and test out and see if I can do some, IRL recording stuff, and we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you checking out my videos, and I will see you all in the next one.